in this strange new world that we've just entered.
Oh boy, yeah.
Lovely neighborhood. I'm thinking of buying a house out here.
Yeah, take your pick from the ramshackle shelters that are scattered all about, I'm sure. Hello.
Who's this gentleman?
Yeah.
Got any cash?
First thing that you are greeted with when you come in here, like before,
sure.
Before, if you were to talk to the townspeople, they would be like, "Oh, hello, how are you? How are you doing?" Here, it's like, "Got any money?"
Oh, I have some good stuff, he says.
Got some good stuff.
I'll take that.
It's like, yeah, if the tonal shift wasn't apparent from the music and the look of things outside, this certainly seals the deal. So, but also, I also like how it seems to be very primitive equipment here. You know, you have the auto gun, sure, you know, your submachine gun stuff, but then you have just basic iron stuff. There's no steel equipment, despite there being steel in the past. Rather nice touch there.
Things have degraded.
Yeah, they can't make high-level stuff like steel anymore. That's rather a nice touch, in my opinion. Excuse me. So, while Mr. Kynton is gathering supplies and whatnot around here, I figured I'd talk a little bit about something that was mentioned last time, the active time battle system. Now, a lot of people who are very familiar with Squaresoft games probably already know what this is, but just in case, the ATB system is pretty much a revolutionary idea from Square, where a game, instead of being just one turn after another, you attack, then the monster attacks, then you attack, then the monster attacks, etc., etc., it's all free-form combat. If you sit there and don't do anything for a while, you basically are giving the monsters free turns. They will continue to attack you even if you're not doing anything, even if it says that your turn is ready and such. And this was actually rather revolutionary at the time.
And now we have a chance to demonstrate. I don't want to... You can't fight them, right? They just steal your money?
No, you can fight them.
Bring it on, things, whatever these things are.
Yep. Now, in Chrono Trigger, you're actually, since it was so new, they actually gave you the choice of having either an active battle set
or having it wait.
Yep, having it wait. The problem with choosing to wait, though, is that so many of the abilities actually somewhat depend on the ATB working, because when the ATB is working, the enemies move like that. They will actually move around and such a lot more often, so that will actually allow a lot of the special abilities that have different attack patterns to work better.
You son of a bitch, you just healed them.
So I believe the intention was that you would use the wait battle system if you were just really too scared to try the ATB. But if you played something like, if you played Final Fantasy IV before, for example, then you should already be familiar with the ATB, and you would want to probably see more of what it has to offer here. Now, one thing I will note, I do not believe that the ATB that Squaresoft came up with is the first example of its kind. Not by a long shot. It's often stated as being, you know, the first. It's not. I, for example, know of at least one game that came out before this one, and before Final Fantasy IV, the first instance that Square ever used it in, that predates it, and yet has a somewhat active time system involved. Now,
what game is that?
One that you're actually already familiar with, but I'm not going to state the name right now.
Why not?
Leave it as a surprise to the people at home. There will be one that we will get to, don't you worry. And when we do, I will state that this is the one.
This squids kind of remind me of Ultros from FF6. Well, they don't talk as much.
Yeah, and they're a little bit smaller.
Well, Ultros looks small in the overworld, but in a battle he gets much bigger.
Yeah, like...
That's why I said they remind me of Ultros, so they look like him. They're not purple, they're blue, but they look like him before you go into a fight.
Oh, Ultros had kids? That's cute.
Is it? if you're familiar with Ultros, you know that he should probably never reproduce.
I mean, yes, but... I mean, if his reproduction looks like that, then I'm not totally adverse. I mean, especially since we're killing them before they become giant monster octopi. So, octopuses.
Get away from me! Damn it!
Stole a tonic.
I was trying everything possible to avoid coming into contact with one of those damn things.
Always pay the price.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself.
Absolutely, immensely at all times. My goal here is to have fun.
And you always have fun when I'm not. Alright, now it's time. I'm pretty sure that guy is weak
He's
to...
learning.
I'm pretty sure that guy's weak to fire.
Gee, the plant's weak to fire. Interesting hypothesis. Not bad damage, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he was actually weak to it, though.
Nope.
It didn't seem to do extra damage.
Nope. Problem is he's a mutant flower, so yeah.
All the enemies in this era are mutants.
Yep. Every last one.
Hence the reason why these octopi are out of the water.
Yep. They're
And this bastard keeps healing them! Son of a bitch!
Fortunately, he hadn't taken any damage thus far anyway, so it's not that big.
I hit him. I got him with a slash earlier.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that.
That's why I can't stand enemies that... Well, I guess I'm sure they feel the same way because they have way more health than the allies do.
Yeah.
So if you're an enemy, you're just fighting this enemy who's constantly healing over and over no matter how much damage you do.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm sure it would infuriate them. But that's my prerogative.
There
I'm
are
the one
so
who
many
gets to
comics and games that basically they talk about this and point this out. The best one I ever saw actually had a villain heal, and the heroes called him out on that, like, "Hey, that's our shtick." Like, wait, why do you do so much less than we do, comparatively speaking? You have like thousands upon thousands of HP, yet you're only healing for like 1,000 HP, and you only do it the once or twice. And his response was basically, his response was basically, "Oh yeah, that would be because I spent all of my magic and time learning universal destruction and trying to take over the world and like building armies and such like that. I didn't, so many resources, didn't have time to really develop magical healing tech, you know."
Is that a college humor video?
No, it's actually from a comic that I read way back in the day.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I forget the name, unfortunately. I don't even think it's available anymore, but...
Newgrounds?
No, this is, what was it?
Penny Arcade?
Keenspot, close, Keenspot, the site that Penny Arcade originally hailed from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they went under, like, hard...
Son of a bitch.
Less than a decade
Stop
ago.
healing.
I have not checked to see if they still exist or not, but yeah, it was one of the comments on there.
That did nothing.
Well, that further definitively proves they're not weak to fire.
Well, that was the octopus, not the plant thing.
True.
Stop doing that. Accept your death. You're just wasting my... Stop it!
Maybe focus on the healers first and then on the octopus, asshole.
The octopus dies faster. So I'm trying to take him out quickly.
Nah. Doesn't matter now. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just gonna happen again later, son of a bitch.
I mean, yeah.
You bastards.
Come on, dude. You can do this.
Yeah, that's why I'm using Fireworld to kill him quickly.
Yeah, burn, baby. There we go.
If only it was close enough for me to get 2 of them. I'm wondering, you see that skeleton thing next to Luca? I'm wondering if that's like a dead octopus.
Skeleton? That's a fire hydrant.
Fire hydrant?
Yeah.
Is it? It looks like a skull.
It's at the edge of the street, and they're all perpendicular at about that angle to the street. So yeah, it's actually a demolished fire hydrant.
Is it? I don't know.
Like,
it's anyone's guess.
Yes, sure, right.
You're capable of being incorrect, Benjamin.
I know I am. And as soon as I am, let me know.
Son of a bitch.
That was on you, Mr.
Why did only one of them die?
Because it didn't do enough HP. They do have...
I know how HP works.
See, there are these numbers.
Yeah, I can see that, thank you. I just mean that, Actually, I didn't see if it did more damage to one of them than the other. The numbers pop up.
It did 78 and 82, respectively.
Ah, then that's why.
Yeah, they have 80 HP. Exactly, that's why.
Yeah, I can see. That's why I gave. Yep. That's why I always make sure one of them has the side scope so I can see how much health they have. Anytime now. Yeah, these guys, are no concern of mine.
Yep. I always like that little touch though about the critical hits that basically do like some sort of screen pop-up or whatever, as opposed to like declaring them to be crits or using the numbers.
Son of a fucking bitch.
Yep. I mean, it's not like
filthy whore.
I mean, it's not like you're using tonics that much anyway. I mean, what do you care?
They cost money.
Now, if they stole a mid tonic, I'd be hopping mad. Because those things are pricey. Burn, baby, yeah.
These guys are only weak to magic.
Pretty much.
Goodbye.
Delicious.
Oh, this thing.
Yep.
This is the worst mutant. I have no idea what that thing is supposed to be, other than gross.
Yeah, it really is like ew. Just, yeah.
Somebody learned an ability, but I pushed the button so fast I didn't see what it was.
Yeah. I mean, you're killing it quickly, so that's good.
It's probably Marley.
Of course, its ability. Of course, its special ability. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. It doesn't do as much, though. So that's good.
I'd be angrier if it just healed itself as opposed to stealing health from one of my guys.
Yeah.
Because comparatively, self-healing does a lot more than stealing health.
Yeah,
now,
that's
as for
true.
what you were mentioning before about crits, like a lot of the way like the calculus in combat goes is typically there'll be a damage formula, and that will subtract defense from attack power. And then there'll be a small random element to it that will determine whether it does between an extra 10 damage or extra 15 damage, depending on how high a level you are.
Ah.
That way, every attack is does a little bit different amount of damage.
Interesting. So yeah, that adds to the random feeling of damage in the game. So that's definitely not all the same, and it's a lot harder to figure out exactly what the formula is.
It's hard to figure out what the formula is. You're never guaranteed to do a specific amount of damage, and all that calculus doesn't even factor in the percentage chance of getting a critical hit. That's just your regular damage ratio.
Nice. And we're through the city. Yay!
City. That was a lab apparently. Not a very efficient lab, but you know.
Yeah, whatever. Like labs that are the size of cities.
Well, I mean, I would expect that in a society as advanced and progressive as this, that they would need a scientific facility on that scale. Who are you? Doesn't matter. Old man, you there. Where are you from?
We came from the laboratories to the west.
What? Hey, we've got people who crossed the ruins.
Say again? You're joking.
So there are people who can beat up those freaky mutants.
Get out of town. No, seriously, get out. Take up the place.
We don't want you here. We can't feed you. Pardon me, I'm Dome. I'm the descendant of the director of this info center.
Pleased to meet you, Dome.
In the basement, there's a huge computer and a storage center for food. But we can't get through because of the robot guards. It's a pity.
Yes, thank you for telling me these random factoids.
Well, random, because they don't intend for me to use that information at all.
Yes, absolutely.
Are you going down below? Of course. But no one's ever returned from there. Gotta try, right?
Woo!
Nice to see such spirited young people for a change.
It's a shame for your untimely demise that's coming. Oh well.
Careful now, and come back alive.
At least it ain't one of us.
Hello, save point.
Save point's my save point. And Neutron. HP and P restored, but you're still hungry.
Oh, I'm not hungry.
Famous. Beyond measure, those words. Yep.
To the depths.
Yep. That's some hell!
Future! Ooh, what's this do? What does this button do? This console controls the passageway. We need a password to get through.
Aw.
How? Oh, no. This console controls we need a password. You just said that. Why is this one sparked? Anyway.
Yep. It is a mystery to all.
Oh, this thing.
Yep.
It's a pretty stark drop.
Yeah. Eek.
You fucker. Stay
there. He isn't gonna for long, as you well know.
That can't be good.
Alert!
Oh!
Oh God!
Well then.
Executing program.
What's going on? Marley, let's go!
Oh, wait, you mean fight, right? Yeah,
That's what you meant.
Yeah. It's like, when he said there were robot guards below, I was expecting, like, maybe a Terminator or whatever. Not something the size of the fucking room. Like, come on.
It kind of reminds me of the big, like, attack robot from RoboCop. I don't know if you've ever seen RoboCop.
Oh, yeah, the MX-9... The MX-9000, was it? I'm trying to remember what it was called. Yeah, I know.
It was definitely a set of numbers and letters. I'm surprised you even remember that much.
Oh, absolutely. I remember that RoboCop fought it. I remember it tripped down the stairs and then came back up and RoboCop blew it. He says, I love RoboCop.
That movie horrified me as a child.
Oh, good lord.
The beginning part when,
when
they gun him down and blow him to bits.
Yeah.
And then later when that guy turns into a mutant and then gets run over by the car and explodes.
Good lord.
Disgusting. Oh, I was... the nightmares. And not even like nightmares in like the sense of like I had nightmares. I have it'll be that thing where I don't know.
It's counting down, hurry!
Yeah, I can see it counting down. I'm unconcerned. If you're familiar with just lying awake at night because you're thinking about something horrible that you saw, like either in real life or on TV. Like,
yeah.
I rarely have nightmares, but the prospect of lying awake at night, thinking about things, contemplating what I'd seen is worse to me than having a nightmare.
Okay, I get it, yeah.
That's why I don't watch horror movies.
Yeah, I understand, don't worry, I understand.
That's why you tried to get me to play Fear and I wasn't having it.
Yeah, well, you know, the fact that you wouldn't even watch it was kind of like, wow, that's different. But, I can
Oh,
actually...
great, this thing.
Yep. That's why you gotta destroy at least one of the bits as quickly as you possibly can, so that don't happen.
That's what I'm trying to do.
But, nah, like, I myself have never been a fan of horror movies. Strangely enough, it only extends to movies for me, though. I love games, horror games. I love horror books. Don't know what it is about movies that puts me off, but I just don't like them. I've thought about it for years. I've tried several old really good ones, and I just come away feeling either depressed or just not really in a good mood afterwards. I don't enjoy it, so I'm just...
People like the thrill of the fear.
Oh,
I don't get it.
Like, I can understand being someone who gets thrills from other stuff. And again, I enjoy other types of horror, and I get that thrill from horror games and whatnot, so I understand it. Just for some reason, I don't get that thrill from movies necessarily. Just... I don't know. I really don't. Yeah, even if one of them's left alive, they can still do a single attack like that. Yeah, it's rather creative, actually, where it really does encourage you. You want to focus on the big bad.
Stop doing that.
But if you don't, then these combo attacks suddenly start coming at you hard and fast. So suddenly, in order to keep from just being annihilated, you have to destroy these little bitty bit things. And then as soon as you see that the big guy brings them back after a while, it's like, oh dear lord. So really, really creative.
Well, you kill the little guys and you spam like hell on this guy.
Oh, absolutely. As fast as you possibly can. And this is actually an instance where the ATB works in your favor, in my opinion. Because it's basically, you know, otherwise it would get a turn every single tick. And I found that it actually manages to get off more attacks, more revivals.
You were saying?
It actually gets more revivals with the weight system than with the ATV if you're quick fast with the attacks on it. So there are circumstances where the ATV actually works in your favor as a player here. And that's one of the things I really like about the system in Chrono Trigger.
Ew, something reeks. Maybe it's that dead guy in the corner. Everything's completely rotten. The refrigeration must have failed.
Oh, yeah, it must be the refrigerator.
Chrono, look.
Passed away long ago, I suppose.
It's probably a combination of the rotten food and the rotten man.
Ew.
He's
oh,
holding
God.
something. What do you suppose this is?
Jeez.
Could it be the password? It looks like some kind of seed. Oh, no, not the password.
Ew.
A seed? Do you suppose it could grow in a place like this? Did you see the outside?
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
It's like, seriously, like, yeah, irradiated Earth, not gonna happen. Oh.
Oh, what?
You have to go actually look at the guy again.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Otherwise, it's not gonna happen. Like, you have to get the tip off in order for that particular flag to trigger here.
The following is written on a soiled sheet of paper.
The rat is more than just a statue. It knows the secret of this dome. Catch it!
Oh, you have to. That has to set off for. Okay.
Yeah. And now there you go.
My first time through the game, I didn't realize that, and I ended up wandering around back and forth on this to make that happen.
Oh dear. Yeah.
There it is. Shh, it might run away.
Fortunately, I was brought up on adventure games, which taught me to search everything over and over again, so I knew about that right away. Whoop!
Come here, you bastard.
Run, 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 run. And you lost.
You can burn, burn, burn. In the smiling world of
There he
fire.
goes.
Well, then you just leave and come, he'll be back.
Yep. Whee! There you go.
Come here! Come here, fuck!
Get in my belly!
Got it. I give up! I'll tell you everything. Squeak.
Press and hold the L and R buttons, and then press the A button to access the secret passage. Squeak. Don't make any mistakes or you'll be sorry.
If I make any mistakes, you'll be sorry. I'm coming back, bitch.
Wow. But yeah, I'm sure Chrono and company are basically like, L and R button, A button, what?
What's he talking about?
Jeez.
And we'll be pushing those buttons next time on the greatest games ever made.
Woo! See you next time, guys.